welcome to the Orion Bowl 2025 season. Oh, hello, and welcome to another Commissioner Roundup for NFL Fantasy Orion Bowl season. Anyway, this is for the players in the Orion Bowl Fantasy League. If you're not in the league, I don't know why you're here. I won't physically stop you. But basically, this is just a recap of what went on in fantasy last week, a look ahead to this week, maybe what's been going on the waiver wire, and other such good things as that. Let's take a quick look at what happened in Week 12. So, a disallowed, brought back touchdown for Travis Kelce scuppers the Baltimore Ravens' hopes of making the playoffs. Congratulations to the Vikings on playing spoiler there. You're getting a meaningless win. Good for you. God, I hate that. The Harlots keep their strong form with a 44 from Jahmyr Gibbs to solidify their playoff run. Arizona stumbled against the 49ers as Hurts and Henry lift the 49ers. They raise up to the lofty 7th position. Namath skate past the bot of the Orion Bowl at this point. Is he even playing anymore? The Gorillas there's no fighting them anymore. They drop players for no reason. They barely string a lineup together. It's obviously Namath. We're going to win that one. Good win, Namath. Hope you feel real nice about that. Yeah, pretty good though. Pretty good. The Legion of Best Team in the League solidify the coach's son's new name, the coach's bums, because they only put up 76, which does stink, to be fair. The Sweet D of the Week, Green Bay, were not enough to get Baltimore the win, but they did put up 18 points, and it was, and to be fair, I didn't play the right defense, I didn't play the wrong defense, because I think the Rams put up 18 as well. Either way, two solid Ds on my team. Well, not anymore, obviously. I've now dropped Green Bay, so you should pick those up. They're going to do numbers. Now let's have a little wander down waiver wire muse. So the biggest one of the week is Courtland Sutton going to Namath because it's an absolute farce, because the Gorillas are just dropping players for no reason other than they cannot take 2 minutes during the week to just set their lineup for the 6 o'clock game. So then they have to drop like half of their team, scramble around and pick up meaningless players. And that means that obviously the person who has waiver priority is going to pick those up, which was the team with no Namath, basically handing the team with no Namath one of the better wide receivers in the league, giving him another win, another ring. Just, yeah, you might as well put his name on the trophy now. The team with no Namath won't lose another game. Mooney, Pacheco, and Caleb Williams head over to the coach's bums. Shrewd move. I bet Caleb Williams puts up a lot of points this week. What do I know? I can't see into the future. You know. It's really nice just seeing people still relying on the Kansas City run game. You know, charity is nice. It's good. It's letting everybody have a turn. Lawrence and Jaden Daniels go to Dak, just replacing mid QBs with injured QBs. That's pretty nice. Pretty good moves there. Speaking of injured players, the Harlots add Waller, who is on our injured reserve, but not for long. I think he's just been reactivated. That is a shrewd move from the Harlots, to be fair, because Waller, he's probably, when he's healthy, he's probably their best wide receiver. So, yeah, really good move by the Harlots there. And Baltimore decided they wanted to pick up every reserve back covering their current running backs, just so that if any of my running backs go down, I have the immediate replacement. If Legion could drop Algier, that would be much appreciated. Legion, if you could just drop them all, pick them right up. So that's waiver wire news for this week. And then we've got to look forward to week 13. God, we're in week 13. My playoff hopes really are just, it's like watching the sand in an hourglass, just drifting away. So on Thursday night, on Thanksgiving, I had a very good showing from this is the Baltimore Ravens against the 49ers, by the way. Baltimore Ravens versus the 49ers. It's a good showing from Watson and Kelce. Watson putting up 14 points, very nice. And Kelce obviously snatching a touchdown. It leaves the door not open, but ajar. When's a door not ajar? When it's ajar. Yeah, it leaves the door ajar for them. But Hurts, Henry, and Javonte, they all did okay. Not spectacular, okay. But the predicted 89 for Forbes, let's be realistic, is more than enough to beat Baltimore on their current form. So I'm saying that the Forbes Niners are probably going to come back into that one because you've still got Olave and Warren. So, with Titans like that, how can you go wrong? Then you've got Baby Got Dak versus the team with no Namath. Rice and Lamb putting up nearly 40 between them on Thanksgiving. That's nice. That's a great showing from Namath already there. Now, Jamar Chase putting up 11 is less good. Not awful, but less good. Look, you're playing Jamar Chase. You want more than 11 from him, is what I'm saying. I think that Dak are going to struggle to get back into this one personally, especially when the team with no Namath haven't even played their ace in the hole, Drake May. Drake May is against the Giants as well. I think Drake May does numbers this week, as well as Etienne. You've already got the numbers in from Rice and Lamb. This one's, I think, much like a delicious piece of slow-cooked lamb, I think this one is cooked. Terrible. Yeah, so that's a Namath win for me. The Gorillas versus the Coaches Bums. Now, you've got the Dallas Stray Gorillas have already, they put up a lovely score. They've got that Mahomes is behaving like the number one quarterback in the league again, putting up 29 points. Getting 3 points from Ferguson is not ideal, but obviously getting 9 points from Caleb Williams for the Coaches Bums is very much living up to their new namesake. But let's be fair, the Coaches Bums were never a quarterback-heavy team. They're never a quarterback-heavy team. They haven't been this season. Let's be fair, Christian McCaffrey and Breece Hall, they're the ones. They're the ones. Look, Breece Hall, he's still worth playing. I'll still maintain that. He's still a fantastic running back. Christian McCaffrey, week 13, still healthy. I can't believe it. You can't believe it. The Suns can't believe it. The whole league is in disbelief at McCaffrey being healthy in week 13. And I'm here for it. I'm happy for you because, look, with all those in, you've got Mooney as well. AJ Brown's already put up 25 points. And so the Bums, they've got a really good chance this week. If for nothing else, then I have no doubt that at some point this week, the Gorillas, for no reason at all, are going to drop some of their best players, probably going to just drop Adams and Waddle just for no reason, and scramble around at the last second to pick up the 5th or 6th string Arizona running back for no reason. That's what's going to happen. So the Coaches Bums win. The Coaches Bums win an emphatic victory. Was that emphatic enough? No, congratulations to all concerned. We've got the Harlots versus Arizona as well. This one's going to be a marquee matchup because both teams, they're looking to solidify their playoff run, really, because they're both in the playoffs currently. But I would say that Barkley and Gibbs are doing their level best to ruin the Harlots week here because, putting up 5.6 and 8.6. So, that's no good. That's no good. You want a lot more than that from it. I imagine fancy NFL players around the world, owners of Barkley and Gibbs around the world, were furious on Thursday night. Absolutely, I would have. Yeah, I mean, it's not a great start, and you've still got Stafford, A-Chain, Nakua, Wilson, Mark Andrews only put 4. Got Bucky Irving. You got Bucky Irving, who's still questionable, but it looks like he's going to play. Look, he hasn't. He's not even sent me an out of date protein mousse this week. There's some my protein in your mousse every time. You got to make sure you really pay attention to those used by date. So, good Lord, they'll turn on you like that. They'll turn on you. This game isn't going to turn. Arizona are going to win. This is such a one-sided drubbing. Congratulations, Arizona. You have got the win here. No chance in hell for the Harlots because, look, their 2 strongest players have put up basically nothing. They might as well have just put up nothing. Arizona win. No problem. And then, last but by no means least, you have got the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Legion of best team in the league. I would just like to know, where were this Vikings team last week? right? Where were this Vikings team last week? You've got a 6.54 from your quarterback. You've got barely 20 from both of your starting running backs. You've got minus points for your wide receiver. Where were you last week, dude? Where was this last week when I needed you? When I needed you? When I needed the win? God damn it. This is the Vikings of 2025 we all know and love. This is them. You're back to your true self. God, you have been unlucky, to be fair. You've had a bit of a rough season. You'll bounce back next season. Won't be a problem. But yeah, you've had a rough one this year, mate. And I really wish you'd had more of a rough one last week, selfishly, because, like I said, losing last week has made it so much more difficult for me to get into the playoffs. Dak Prescott putting up 20 points, Pickens putting up 10, Amara, Snake Eyes isn't going to be enough to stop Legion from just marching in and taking another win. I'm sorry, I'm doing it for the first time this season. It's a double no chance. 2 no chances in one video. I don't think that the Vikings have a chance this week, but that is the video. And by all means, if I have picked you to win, prove me right. But if I've given you no chance, if I have picked you to lose, prove me wrong. And I will see you next week.